Go back to the Wraith King once again. Demon Slayers, confident with the Chen pick. They snap pick it, and Chen it is. So Chen has received a couple of nerfs in recent history. Of course, this latest patch especially. But we're still seeing Chen being prioritized by some teams as even a top-tier pick. So this hero, just simply put, is just still overall very strong. Abaddon is also another one of these heroes that is, despite getting a couple of nerfs, is still overall pretty strong, and teams agree. So likely to be an offlane Abaddon at this point. I wanted to touch on, I see several people constantly asking about where the Nigma versus Ad Phenom series is. There is a tiebreaker match for Enigma versus Ad Phenom. However, it's going to be tomorrow. It got postponed to tomorrow because the night was getting late. I guess whether the teams agreed or the admin made the call. But how about that, by the way? Ad Phenom, especially losing Madara coming into these qualifiers, replacing him with Nataki, who's one of these up-and-coming players, still learning more about. But they get a tiebreaker match now against Nigma. In fact, when they played actually in the group stages, Ad Phenom, they split their series, and that's ultimately why they have a tiebreaker to go with, and that's for a chance to go to the major playoffs, at least over there in the European region. So Nigma, whoever loses that, is actually the best they could do is qualify for the minor. That's kind of crazy. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, that's going to be tomorrow. So for those that are asking about it, there you go. I believe it's at 12 Central European time. So pretty early on there before then the playoffs commence after that for the majors. All right, back to this draft, though. Monkey King coming out for Demon Slayers. We'll see if it's a Costa Billy Monkey King or if I Annihilate will end up playing it. They don't know the mid matchup just yet. So wouldn't be surprised if they're leaning more towards the safe lane Monkey King, but we'll see there. But now 5th or 6th bands even to go. This series will be followed up with NIP versus Zalato. And then our final series from Group B coverage will be noEscape versus Evil Geniuses. We have an Invoker. So it is going to be a safe lane Monkey King Invoker mid for I Annihilate. Invoker great against a hero like Wraith King, especially with that EMP. So I'm assuming off the bat this is going to be that Quas-Wex build. Invoker this game. We'll see.
10 seconds remaining.
But they don't know their mid matchup though either. So it's you could say maybe a little bit risky of an Invoker pick, unless you're just truly confident with the hero, which I'm sure I Annihilate is. But can noEscape punish it now with their pick here? Some lane dominator in general, good to go with. I'd almost say, putting Viper mid actually wouldn't be the worst idea, and then picking a support here instead, a more traditional support. If you're noEscape esports. See who they settle with.
You may now select your heroes.
They're going to go the Brood Mother. So we saw Demon Slayers play the Brood last game. Oh, what's going on here? Aha! So a curveball by Demon Slayers. How about that? So Flea actually queues up on the Invoker, so it's actually a support Invoker in the end. And Puck will be played by I Annihilate. So quite the change up right there. They picked Brood Mother. I'm sure. I mean, it's possible they probably thought, okay, it could be a Puck too. That's something that I personally overlooked. Not to say that they did too, but I would think that they. In fact, Brood Mother though, isn't Monkey King also pretty damn good against Brood Mother? Now that I'm thinking about it.
10 seconds remaining.
So Actually, I don't know how I even feel about this Broodmother pick, honestly. No matter who was going to end up mid, it didn't necessarily seem like a... I mean, against Invoker, I suppose it would have been pretty good. But against Puck, or especially Monkey King, it's not nearly as powerful. So, yeah, they might have probably overlooked that, honestly, that this was simply just going to be a mid-Invoker. But now I do wonder, is Demon Slayer's potentially going to send Monkey King mid to match up against Broodmother? And that means you would have a safe lane Puck, which certainly feels a little odd. So I don't know. We'll see. Demon Slayers, reiterate, again, they're playing for pride, as they are officially eliminated here from Group B, unfortunately. How's the other group going? Oh, by the way, okay, refreshing the other group, it looks like we have, how about this? Chaos and Fighting Pandas are the two teams that will be coming out of Group A, which means J-Storm is playing for a chance to just simply go to the minor qualifiers. So J-Storm will not be going to the major, at least to the way of these qualifiers. J-Storm, a team that finished, what was it, 7th, 8th place at this recent major, which was definitely a much better finish than, frankly, a lot of people would give them credit for. They finished 5th, 6th, excuse me, that's right. They lost to Invictus Gaming in the end, but they finished in that 5th, 6th place spot, which is certainly a very impressive finish for them. So to then follow it up and not even qualify for the major kind of shows you. Obviously, a massive patch took place, so you do have to put that asterisk there, certainly. As we're going to pause here, let me make sure the overlay is good. But that's a little surprising. And again, technically, they still don't have 3rd place wrapped up because their final match, let's see, J-Storm plays We Dislike Bears for their final match. And right now, okay, so Bears is actually losing to Does 1-0. But that last match could potentially be a spot of, if We Dislike Bears beats J-Storm 2-0, then they would go to the minor qualifiers and J-Storm would be eliminated. So, yeah, J-Storm doesn't have it wrapped up just yet. That's kind of crazy. It is unfortunate that Fighting Pandas and Chaos, they actually play next over for Group A coverage, which is being covered by the official DreamLeague stream, I believe. But Fighting Pandas versus Chaos, they've already both qualified for the playoff stage, though. It still kind of matters because the 2nd place team from Group A will play Evil Geniuses, who we pretty much know and expect to be the #1 seed out of Group B. And it's fair to say, whoever the 2nd place team is in Group B, you would rather play them than Evil Geniuses. So I guess there is still something on the line there in terms of that matchup between Chaos and Panda, but both of those teams are moving on out of Group A. I guess I could have the versus screen or this up for you guys while I'm talking about it. And we're sitting in the pause currently. But yeah, so it's kind of just going over the results right here. I don't think my graphic is actually 100% updated. And for those that say, you know, why don't you put it in order? Unfortunately, with the graphic assets they gave me this, I literally put this together myself. And to put it in order would require me to literally edit every single one every single time and change it all around. It's a lot of work. I'm just going to say that. It's a lot of work, so I'm going to keep it like that and make it a little more simple in terms of the edits to make. But point is, get a general idea of what we're looking at there. The points are what matter the most on that far right-hand side of each of the groups. But we are back into this now, Game 2. Monkey King is headed all the way to the bottom lane, so it doesn't look like they're going to send Monkey King mid. It is going to end up to be the Puck mid instead. Mentioned last game, Demon Slayer's got all 4 bounty runes off the bat.
30 seconds to battle.
You might wish to retract your last move.
How refreshing.
Monkey King gonna wait to the last minute to try to sneak in and grab this one. Nope, he goes in.
The
Sonic,
battle
he saw
begins.
something. Monkey King comes out, and Sonic ends up picking it up. So this time, noEscape actually gets 3 of the 4 bounty runes. So they do a much better job this time around. However, top lane Yamsun, he might be in trouble. Flea has a cold snap in 7 seconds. Used it earlier. Is not going to be able to cast it again. So we have another pause coming out from noEscape. But of course, pre-TI, a support invoker would be like, wait, what? But of course, by now it's certainly a lot more reasonable. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again here. I'm so happy because I actually am an invoker player myself. It's the one core hero that I really play a lot because I normally am a support player. And I for the longest time, I would always talk about the idea of running support invoker, but it's just, if you would attempt it, you would get flamed to all hell, and people would be like, what are you doing, blah, 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 blah. You know, they sound just like that. But thank God for, what was that, Jerax, I think was really the first one to do it at the TI, and then a couple others followed suit. But popped up, people realized, wait a second, Invoker, I guess, can actually be a pretty good support, and especially after these changes, by the way. With the Invoke change, where now it decreases cooldown every single orb level you get, you don't need the Ags anymore, and that feels very good as an Invoker support, not having to worry about getting an Ags anymore to be extra useful in these fights. So I love that change as well, not only for mid, but especially support Invoker. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Flea does. I'll just zero this game. See at the top lane, they're going to just try to deal with this Viper. As we mentioned, though, Viper
not for you.
playing in a support role. This is the 3rd game now that noEscape's going to be doing it, at least that we've seen. So really trying to change the meta. No, more so just, again, have their own ideas. Certainly is good at the lane harassment. Yeah, Puck versus Broodmother in the mid lane, and right now Puck is having a very good advantage. Brood at these earlier levels is certainly a bit weaker. Yamsun? Wow. He got really low. In fact, now Old White might have overstepped, though. Those poison attacks just adding up and eventually do in Sand King. So you do got to be careful. You're just constantly taking those hits from the Viper, thinking that they had to kill themselves on a Wraith King. Not the case, and instead he falls in return.
Denied.
Wex picked up by Invoker. So get in that
Double damage.
EMP as well as that Tornado now. And Ghost Walk. Oh, wow. Wait, what? He actually got him. T-Tours, everyone. I apologize. I totally did not think he was going to go in and get that kill. Completely went away. But point is, he does get the kill on a Broodmother using that double damage rune. Replay, unfortunately, will not do us any good there. What was already a favorable matchup for the Puck certainly gets a lot better. Already having a kill on her now. Yeah, I go back to, I don't know what really queued them up to go this Broodmother. It just, the only thing I could continue to think about is that maybe they just liked it in the Invoker matchup, but they completely overlooked this possibility if that's the case. Sonic manages to TP out in front of Chen. Not much that they could do with just a giant wolf. Monkey King. His farm down here, 21-1. Looking very good. Top lane, there's some action. EMP's out. It's going to hit. Flea. He's taking plenty of damage, though. He might have to Ghost Walk. Annihilate, by the way, goes down to the mid lane. Broodmother dives in beyond the tower, and then bottom lane Monkey King falls. So all three lanes having action there. It certainly goes to the benefit of noEscape. How does Puck die to the Broodmother? That's my question. As you see right there, jumps in to kill more of the Spiderlings, but usually if that was the case, you'd figure out maybe he was playing overconfident, but the fact that he died in between his own towers, that's the craziest part. So good job by Broodmother, though. But yeah, then Monkey King also going down to the bottom lane. Earlier level, Chen unable to assist enough. Despite that death, Puck is still feeling pretty good with how the mid lane's going. But Broodmother's right behind him. 5-minute bounty runes are coming in. And right now, Demon Slayers is set up to get 3 of them. They do. Flo gets the 4th one at least for noEscape. Puck is level 6 now, so the Dream Coil online. Chen with that Kobold is taking advantage of the nice speed boost. Trying to at least. He's going to try to take this Centaur. He is. The EMP goes down, and oh, Wraith King manages to get the last hit. So well played there. Bottom lane, though, Flo goes down. All right, we got to pay attention to kills now. Missing several. 2,000 net worth lead, though, for Demon Slayers. Very nice lead earlier on, and they're going for a play on Wraith King. Cold snaps in. No EMP, though. A little surprising at that. Not sure why. He's just simply auto-attacking him down. Tornado comes down. He does secure the kill. And he saw Sand King TP out. But again, Annihilate dies in the mid lane. He dies to Broodmother. So, Puck having that first kill, but 2 deaths since then to a solo Broodmother. And Romjek, I guess showing why they last picked this Broodmother. What does Monkey King go for this game? Oh, Courier gets picked off, by the way. At least he got the phase boost delivered. Thinking like that. Echo Saber, though. We are seeing some neutral items starting to drop, by the way. And Elixir picked up by Romjek. As down here, Puck eventually helps to clear up Rasta, and Costabile will secure the kill as well. In fact, top lane, they also killed Wraith King, so nice fight back from Demon Slayers. As they get 3 kills in total there, and they want a 4th. They want Shu, the support Viper. Trying to run. EMP's out, though. The urn is up, and Flea going to secure that kills with the Sand King. Both with the Ring of Bassi. Well played there at that top lane. That is a pretty brutal lane, especially with the levels adding up. Both Sand King and Invoker are certainly a lot more powerful now. Puck mid lane, this time Rasta's here, holding him in place. Annihilate going forward. What? It's not enough once again, but here comes Monkey King, who jumps in. The Balance Strike clears up all of those Spiderlings. Can't chase him down, though. Romjek's too slippery. He gets away with the net, so a 3rd death now on Puck. Meanwhile, over here, Sand King, he's going to end up dying again to Shu. Shu continues to show why. Likes to play the support Viper. Borrowed Times is going to be activated by Flo. Not going to give Monkey King a chance. So Broodmother using that elixir.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sand King gets an Arcane Ring. Talk about a great item to have for him, especially in this lane. Combo from Flea. I Annihilate with the Dream Coil, holding him in place. EMP burns. He does not have enough. Oh, he doesn't even have Reincarnate. I guess he was holding a point right there. But at that point, Reincarnate would not have activated, so he actually continues to hold on to it for now.
Radiant's middle tower
He's dead
is under
anyways.
attack. Radiant's top
Broodmother in
tower
the
is under attack.
Radiant jungle, seeing if he can maybe get a neutral item over here. Not going to happen, though. Down here, Sonic, 15 seconds before the outposts become active for that first experience
Dire's
benefit.
top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Sonic's going over here. Dire scans it. Sonic, he's going to try to control this one. Top lane. Sand King, the only one in the area over here, so Bounty Runes are controlled by Demon Slayers, but both teams will get an outpost. So there you go, the 250 experience each. Good counter warding from Shadow Shaman coming out. Invoker shows up at the bottom lane, though. Doesn't have any Exort yet. Still sticking to the Quaswex for now. Arcane Ring got by Ramjek. Or said he did at least. Must be dropped somewhere. I can't find it for now. But speaking of Ramjek on the Broodmother, he has an Orchid being built, or at least that's what he wants to go. He's sitting on 3,300 gold, so certainly going to be happening sooner than later.
Dire's middle tower
Great
is
item to
under
have
attack.
against multiple heroes this game. Definitely gives him that solo kill potential. Speaking of Monkey King, it is going to be the Echo Saber choice. We did see, oh, there's an Arcane Ring for Abaddon also picked up. It's currently in his backpack. Would like to see that in the inventory, just saying. Somebody got Ocean's Heart. There you go. Broodmother has one on him now. Yep, Rasta, don't think he's living. Good easy find for Demon Slayers, and they also get Yamsun. Yes, a tornado just long enough. Girl Strike in two. Now, he has mana for his ultimate. He doesn't have a point, though. He actually spent his points, but obviously at this spot, what he really wanted to pop anyways. So Demon Slayers, very decisive early lead, a 4,000 net worth lead. Broodmother, the only issue right now on the other side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Bottom lane, Epicenter going off. That Viper is going to die as a result, but with the roster wards down, Sand King also on top of the Nether Toxin. He too will melt away. Ramjek goes down elsewhere. That was in the mid lane. Flea getting credit for it. It looks like him and Monkey King coming together. Meanwhile, back to the bottom lane. Chen holding his ground, trying to kill off the wards one by one. He is going to die. Figured he might as well kill as many as possible. But now I Annihilate shows up, and so does Flea. They're going to go for the Abaddon. Their Tornado hits both, actually, so they should be able to kill Abaddon with no borrowed time. The Illusory Orb will finish the job. And there we go. So it proves to be a good rotation from the Radiant team. That on top of the mid kill on Broodmother. We just got finished talking about how Brood was the only one that is kind of scary right now for Demon Slayers, but with her death, definitely feeling good about it. Wrap around middle lane, by the way. Sand King could be in trouble. Broom handle found by I Annihilate, but this Sand King Out comes the Orchid. There's no chance at survival at that point. 4 heroes essentially collapsing. Monkey King? Oh. Yeah, committal to that. Of course, Wraith King has his reincarnate now, so no point to go for it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Take a look at what happened earlier in that bottom fight. Again, the rotations come out. Good job by Demon Slayers.
Invisibility.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower.
Chen
is under
currently
attack.
smoked up. He's got his mech on him as well. Dire actually scans this area, and it does hit. So they're very aware that some kind of gank attempt is coming out.
Radiant are scanning.
Ooh, they found a batting. Burrow time. Gonna pop, and heals almost back to full. Robotic shield helps a little bit. Tornado whiffs, but obviously the idea was right. He just happened to get stunned in place. Back to the mid lane. Orchid's up on Puck. TPs are in though. And now with Costabila here. Ramjak has 2 committed. Double kill for the Monkey King. Epicenter even used on top of that to secure it.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is under
this
attack.
Dire team doesn't have a tower kill yet. We're only 15 minutes in, but still, especially with this Broodmother that had a solid start. Would like to see one by now, I'm sure. Yamsun, by the way, he's now in trouble. Monkey King starting to move around a lot. Gonna pop that reincarnate. Roundless strike, perfect timed. Viper trying to help, and Burl Strike's not ready actually for Sand King, so Wraith King is going to make it out of there. That seemed like a lost cause, but some way, somehow it does get out and survives. But you also see Monkey King with that broom handle on him now too. Talk about it. This is a melee hero, and I'm doing air quotes here, a melee hero that already is considered pretty long melee range, and now with the broom handle on top of that. Not too shabby. As we see some tier 2 items now popping out. That was Old White getting the recipe for the Vambrace at least. See if he hands that off to anyone else. Don't know if anyone's really set for it. Oh, I guess a Puck, yep. So Puck is going to pick it up. He'll get that spell amp. Nice for him to have. Viper. Get a lockdown from Chen. Beautiful micro coming out from Chuan. However, here's a response. Drain Coil hit by Puck. The Costabile juke right there, and he is going to get taken out at the end, but a lot of firepower used to do so. Rasta going right. Ern's going to burn him down. He eventually goes down as well. 3 for 1, favoring the Radiant. They almost got a 4th in Broodmother, but he limps away through those webs and survives for now, but now Annihilate. He's hunting for Abaddon. Cannot catch up to him, though. Looks like the last second there thought about it again. They see him, but Flea is going to be unable to secure it. He's going to Ghost Walk aggressively.
Dire's top tower is
Does
under
have some
attack.
Spirit Vessel charges and is going to wrap around on top of him. There's a sentry put down, but there's a jump from Sand King. Gets the 1 kill on Broodmother. Viper's in no man's land, likely to fall as well. It looks like Abaddon is going to make it out, but yeah, Viper dead.
Will you not rise in my
Demon
presence?
Slayers continues to play very aggressive. They got a couple of Blink Daggers. They got Invoker support. That's all about fighting right now. In fact, they want to go for more. They want to go for Wraith King. He doesn't have Reincarnate currently. Gonna activate the Epicenter. Can't stun him in time, and that should be a kill on the Yamsun as well. It absolutely is. Flo could not get there in time to save him. The kills just keep adding up for this Radiant side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's now upwards of a 7,000 net worth lead. And the Fleet just wants to keep going. He's having so much fun with this game, you can tell.
Dire's middle tower
Tornado happens to have both perfectly lined up. They kill the Shadow Shaman. Can they keep Flo in place? No. Borrowed time, and he's able to run it off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower
Monkey King
has fallen.
has that Maelstrom to go with the Echo Saber, bouncing into the base. Sand King stuns in Abaddon. No more borrowed time, means death for him. He will buy back immediately, though. Already going tier 3, though. We're only 18.5 minutes in. I feel like we're seeing a lot of this patch, though. Teams just not afraid to go very aggressive and pushing tier 3s at pre-20 minutes even. Wards are down from Shadow Shaman. Wukong's as well. It's not enough to kill the Wraith King, at least initially. The arm of the toggle from Yamsun is actually very impressive there, as Viper was picked up, but he bought back up here. Baden pushing out what he can. They do kill the Rax. Flea, Ghost walking out, and nope, apparently Sonic has DC'd. So that will pause the game for now, give us a chance to take a look and see what may happen here in this fight. But yeah, how about Wraith King? You see right now at 2 life. He did a hell of a job with that armlet toggle in the previous exchange. All right, looks like he is reconnected at least. So this Invoker, do they have vision is the question. I don't think they do. It's a sentry way back here, but... Oh, they have dust, so yes they do. In fact, there was a sentry right there as well, but he has backups. Yeah, Flo would be a little silly to keep going. In fact, he does borrow time pop. It goes to Bile. Doesn't have his Wukongs. Deafening Blast hits 1. Chen grabs another Centaur. So they got the Reincarnate to be used on Wraith King. And for now... that's where the fighting will stop, but Sand King still hanging around the area with the Invoker as a Nether Shaw is found by Chen. Who picked that up? Sand King? Sand King picks it out. Great item for him. Invoker would also love that too, of course. They're going to find Broodmother. Big kill if they can make it happen. Insatiable Hunger ain't going to save the Brood. Dire team still fighting though. Puck gonna just phase shift, trying to get away. He's heavily slowed, however, and Puck is killed, but the damage was real from Demon Slayer is doing plenty more. Abaddon borrowed time once again, but they just call it. GG's called, and it is official. Demon Slayers will eliminate noEscape from their chance of possibly moving on to either the minor or the major qualifiers further on. Demon Slayers themselves, as we knew going in, they were playing spoiler, and spoil they do. noEscape will have one more series later on today. Once again, the final series of Group B. They'll play Evil Geniuses in a couple of series from now. So, again, there is going to be nothing on the line for them, technically, other than, well, the chance to beat EG and play spoiler themselves. I would think that's enough motivation, honestly, but we'll see. Demon Slayers, props to them for giving it their all. And you can tell they're having fun with it. Flea, especially on that support Invoker. I might just be biased with that, but man, that was fun to watch. 6-0-13. He really showed that Invoker is something. Again, the Broodmother pick, I do go back to, and it just Romjik played it very well, clearly, and he had those 3 kills in the laning phase. Like, he was actually pretty farmed, but it still just felt like an odd pick that it was very forced this game. So, either way, Demon Slayers with the victory. Congratulations to them. And their tournament is now come to a conclusion. So props for their efforts. See the replay of that final fight, essentially that finished the game officially. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another short break. We do have our next series lined up, which I'm honestly really excited for. And you guys should be as well, because not only is it 2 good teams going at it, Ninjas in Pajamas versus Team Zolotl, but this essentially, these 2 teams playing for that 2nd and 3rd place seed in the group, which, as I've said before, is very important. 2nd place, you go to the playoffs of the major qualifiers. 3rd place, you are done with the major qualifiers, and you then go to the minor qualifiers. Pretty big deal, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how that one plays out. Game 1 going to be coming up next. I'm Breaky CPK. Stay tuned. Continuing action of the Dream League Season 13 major coverage, North American region. Come up shortly.